And here we go. This is it. This is the start of episode 372 of No Laugh Track Podcast. I'm Justin Severson. I'm the lucky guy that gets to host this each and every week. I was here last night to see the show, and now I'm here to talk about it with the star. Jon Dore is here. TV's Jon Dore is here with me.
Justin, what's up?
Dun, dun, dun. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good.
Excellent.
I'm very good.
I know. I feel like last time I was here, yeah, it's interesting because you review the last podcast we've done. Like every time I've done this podcast.
Yeah, I listen back to it. Yep.
Because I don't remember what we talked about last time. So I have a funny feeling you're probably going to... You know a lot more about what we talked about last time than I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to try... We're not going to repeat any words, actually, that we used last time.
Why?
I'm kidding.
Let's repeat them.
You know what? I just remembered something I was going to ask you before.
Chicken butt.
I was going to ask you something before we started recording, and now I don't... Oh, drama.
Okay.
Now I don't know if I should bring it up or not.
Oh,
people are watching and listening.
So you have a question that you were going to bring up prior to the interview, so that means it could have been off the record.
Yeah,
but now it's going to be on the record.
It's okay with you, and now
I don't know what it is, so I can't say if it's okay.
And now I just realized I didn't.
Do you want to take a pause and you can ask me, then we can go back, or just ask me? Let's see what happens.
Well, I'm going to leave the drama.
I don't know if I have that many secrets.
I doubt it's much of a secret.
Oh, well then just ask it. You're building tension here.
Yeah, come back in 44 minutes and I'll ask the question. It was something about your mom. It's not even something I want to talk about right now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely. Transient global amnesia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that?
Yeah, of course we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a tease. We'll get to that later.
Okay, my mother, I'll just say this. It's still a tease. My mother was diagnosed with something called transient global amnesia, and it's true. And it was very scary, but she's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But we can talk about it later. Yeah.
I Googled it a little because I forgot about that part, so I have a little information I want to hear.
It's also what they diagnosed Bryan Cranston with in Breaking Bad when he was in his fugue state.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't know this until afterwards. I went back and I was watching it, and they said, yeah, we're going to call it transient global amnesia. But it's actually a thing. We're kind of into it now.
I think we're into it.
Let's
just
talk
keep going
about it.
Yeah, here's so the last time you were here was episode 310.
Okay.
310. We're
Sure.
at 372.
Yeah.
Just for the record, you made a little guess and said that you would come back at episode 409. You predicted today would be episode 409.
Oh, did I really?
Your words were, when I come back at episode 409, asking about my mom and her transient global amnesia. And I'll tell you all about it then.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, this puts things in perspective.
Uh-huh.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so I didn't think
but it's good to know that because I know exactly where I was when that happened. So, yeah, I know exactly what was going on in my life. So things have changed. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So where were you then?
Well, so it had just happened. So,
It was September 2018, if I didn't say that already.
Yeah,
the last time you were here.
We were in the process of, when I say we, my mother and I were in the process of filming a television show, not our own, but a show called 50 Ways to Kill Your Mom. And so you just go on adventure tourism activities with your mom. And the idea is supposed to be symbolic of your relationship and turbulent times and working through these adventure tourist activities. And it's supposed to symbolize your relationship with your mother or father. And so, that's the show we were making. But in the course of making the show, we were doing this crazy, we were going through rapids by Niagara Falls. And it's very cold water, and partway through, something happened to my mom, and we had to stop shooting. And did I tell you that much before? Or no.
No.
Oh, yeah, so we had to stop shooting, and my mom went to the hospital.
All you said last time was something about working on a project.
Oh, okay. Well,
and it ended there.
Yeah, that was it. So, yeah. So are we still teasing? Well, let's talk about it later. That was just interesting. It was worrying. I was worried, but she's fine now.
I have a question about what's the first sign of something's not? What I read, it's just a very
let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Then. Okay. So
it's a very temporary memory loss.
Well, yeah. So transient, meaning it comes and goes, which is what you want to hear, right? Because we thought, oh no, she's had a stroke or something. Let's back it up. I'll just explain it. So
sure.
we're doing this program, like I said, where you go you do these adventurous things with your mom. And so we went on a jet boat ride below Niagara Falls in the rapids, right? And these are like Category 5 rapids, like really intense. Not that really matters. It was more the cold water. But anyway, we're out on this boat for a good 45 minutes. And prior to getting on the boat, my mom had to take her glasses off. Okay. And they have these leather pouches that are Velcro sealed where you can put your belongings in them so nothing flies off when you're going through these rapids on a jet boat. And so my mom made a big deal of, and there's cameras covering our, conversation. And so my mom made a big deal about, don't let me forget my glasses. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. She's like, no, Jonathan, don't let me forget. I'm like, yeah, I got it. So after we finished the ride, and it's so intense, you're not really talking during the actual ride. And afterwards I said, hey, Mom, don't forget your glasses, like as if she's going to forget. And she said, I'm not wearing glasses. I said, no, I mean, don't forget your glasses. She goes, I didn't wear glasses. And I thought something was wrong. And I've had a seizure in the past.
Yeah.
And I know when you have any kind of brain trauma or something seems strange, you ask particular questions to see if they know what time of year it is, what's going on in the world. And so I just went right into the questions I get asked.
You did?
Oh, yeah. I said, Mom, where are you right now? And she looked around. She said, well, I don't know. We're on a boat. I go, no, but what city are we in? She goes, I don't know. And she's not upset. She's just confused.
Yeah.
And I asked her who's the president of the United States, which is a question they always ask. And she said Barack Obama. And now Donald Trump is someone she had spoken about every single day. She despises this man. So I'm like, okay, something's wrong. Pull it over. So we pulled it over. And yeah, she was just confused, had no idea. She didn't know what day it was. And it was my dad's birthday.
Whoa.
And we knew that prior to getting on the boat ride.
Wow.
So long story short, we don't know what's happened, but she will not come back, right? She's just very confused and looking around the world. I thought, is it a concussion? But then the symptoms didn't fade. So we get her to a hospital, and for a good 5 hours, she's in a hospital bed, and we're asking her these, and she's in a memory loop. She's stuck in a memory loop where she'll notice wet clothes next to the hospital bed, and she'll say, are those my clothes? And we'll say, yes. She'll go, why are they wet? And we'll say, well, we were on a boat ride. She'll say, why were we on a boat? I said, we're making a TV show. She'd say, well, where are we? We say, Niagara Falls. She'd say, Niagara Falls? And then she'd look at the clothes again and go, are those my clothes? And we go, yes. She'd say, why are they wet? And we'd explain the story over. That went on for 5 hours, and she was not coming back. So we're thinking, oh, no, stroke?
Right.
So this is intense. But they eventually come back. She starts to slowly come back after like 5 hours. And they diagnosed her as having transient global amnesia. So global, meaning it affects the entire brain. Global. Transient comes and goes. Amnesia. So temporary amnesia that affects the entire brain. That's what it means. So she eventually comes back. It took her a few days to really just feel herself again, but what a relief to find out that she was all right. So yeah, transient global amnesia. It was intense.
Does she remember?
No,
she forgot things?
She has no. Well, she knows there's something missing because people will tell her this is what happened, and she has no memory of it. No, it's gone. So I don't know if that memory comes back eventually, but yeah, she has no memory of it whatsoever. But it's all on camera. She saw the footage.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, good point. Holy crap.
Yeah. So that's what happened. That was TGA, transient global amnesia.
How did she react to watching? Was that like?
Well, I think not bad. I think she's just like, oh, okay, so that's what happened. She didn't see every piece of it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. She doesn't remember being on the boat ride. Yeah, she remembers being in the hospital. But yeah, it was crazy.
So I printed out something from the Mayo Clinic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I've heard of this place.
Some people have. And the causes. The potential causes.
Oh, yeah. So I can tell you right now. So it's usually in people between 60 and 80, sudden exposure to cold water and heightened sense of anxiety.
History of migraines.
Oh,
they say as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, sudden immersion in cold or hot water.
That's what it is, yeah.
Wow.
So that must have been what it was, because this water, and we're talking tons of water, hammering you in the face.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where the anxiety comes from, and then cold water exposure. Yeah.
Jesus.
And then you hear once it happens, you do a little bit of research and you find out it's happened to so many people. Yeah. And the memory loop's a weird one because you think, they're lost forever.
Right.
But although she did think Obama was president, so she's probably doing pretty good.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's like, let's keep her here. She's probably happier here.
Some fantastic time travel, right?
Yeah, she's in 2008. Good for her.
I know, which, do you know for sure 2008 and not like his first,
I have
first
no
4
idea.
years?
I have
I'm
no
joking.
idea. Okay, yeah. The exact moment. I should have done a deeper dive into.
How long has he been an office mom?
Yes. Is he support gay marriage, or is he still man and woman?
How much gray hair do you see? That's fantastic. I was. Let's talk about why you're here at Acme this week. You've been
I'm doing comedy.
You've been headlining since Tuesday night.
Correct.
Yes. How's it been going?
It's been good. Yeah, I started. I've been on the road for a while. So, yeah, I had to go straight from Kansas City, New York to here. So it's just been hotels nonstop. So, yeah, it's good to be here. I'm tired of being on the road. But, yeah, no, Acme's always a great time. So I'm happy to be here.
Are you working next week, or you get to go back home?
I go home for a few days, which is nice. But then I'm off to Raleigh, North Carolina. So it doesn't end.
Yeah.
Keeps going. I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah, it sucks.
What? And coronavirus is going to make traveling a lot better these days, right?
I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Do you pay attention to that?
Well, I mean, I'm aware of it. I keep, yeah. I mean, I have Google News alerts. So yeah, I understand. Yeah, but what traveling is going to be more difficult? I'm not going to be quarantined. I can't imagine.
I mean, I don't know.
This is not up to me. I could be on a plane with someone who has contracted the coronavirus, and then my whole life changes. Yeah.
If you do a search of the term coronavirus on the internet today, every headline is trying to scare the shit out of us.
Yeah, totally. I think as a result, because the fear is here, I think we'll find out 9 months from now there's going to be a lot of children born. Because this is what happens. New Year's Eve, events like this, 9/11, right? People stay in with loved ones.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of fucking.
Corona babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
I like that.
Yeah, virus children. Yeah. I bet you. I guarantee it.
I was picking up some food at the store the other day, and the woman.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The woman in front of me in line was. She was one of, I'm not one of the people that builds relationships with people. Like, if I go to the same grocery store once a week, I'm still I'm not, hey, how we doing? There's people that'll be like, how's the family? I haven't seen you in a while, right?
Right.
I'm not one of those people.
Yes.
I was behind one of those people the other day.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
Your conversation's slowing this thing up.
Yeah.
So I'm overhearing her conversation. They're checking out. They're catching up on times. I'm finding out where she's been. Mm-hmm. It's great.
And this is not just small talk where it comes and goes and they're gone. It's
No.
really taking up time, and they're stopping their work.
Yes.
This drives me crazy.
They're slowing down to make sure they're making eye contact, which is polite, but it's not polite to me when I'm waiting behind.
I agree. I'm done with this. I hate this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then she gets into the details on why she hasn't been at the store in the last week, the shopper in front of me. It's because she's been taking care of her sick family, and she tried really hard to avoid getting sick, but whoop, it's hit her too. So now she's here just stocking up on items. It was last Friday. I'm here just stocking up for the weekend because we're spending the weekend inside. We're all sick. I've got the crud. I'm looking at her. I'm like, your hands are all over the little desk here, all over the credit card machine.
Yeah.
You're admitting in front of me that you're sick.
But you were just made aware of it. So, I mean, how many people don't have that conversation that are sick and are leaving their germs? You're going to get sick. There's nothing you can do about it. You can walk around in a hazmat suit if you like, but, what's the point? What do you mean by crud? She had the crud?
Those were her words.
I've never heard, but what does that mean? She has a cold? She has the flu? I've never heard that expression before, crud.
I assumed flu, but she just said, I have the crud.
I have the crud. That's way worse than the flu, I think.
Right?
Jeez, poor kid's got the crud.
Who's patient zero of the crud?
Whose slang is that? I don't like that. The crud. Gross.
You can take that from Minnesota as a souvenir.
What,
I don't mean carrying it. I mean that term.
Oh, the term.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use it for sure. Sounds like someone's got the crud. Excuse me, sir. I know I don't know you and you're sitting in front of me on the airplane, but you don't have the crud, do you? Because I notice you're coughing quite a bit. What are the symptoms of crud?
That's what I should have asked.
It could be gastrointestinal, right? Someone's got the crud. It could be, it could be bronchial. I imagine it's bronchial, right? You'd have some sort of phlegm in your throat. That's got to be crud.
That's what I would think. I didn't get a close enough look at everything she was buying. Maybe that would have been a good clue.
Yeah. Well, she got on her tractor and she went back home to the farm. The crud. Mm-hmm. I'm tending bar up at Eklund and Swedland's there, and I got the crud. So anyway, I decided to call it in. So I called it in.
I'm not missing a day.
I'm not missing a day of work at Eklund and Swedland's. Every time I'm in Minneapolis, I can't stop saying Eklund and Swedland's.
What is that?
Oh, from Fargo. Fargo. When he's shoveling, when the cop goes to see the guy who called in the tip and he's shoveling, his driveway.
Yes.
And he's asks him to tell him the story. He's like, well, I was tending bar up at Eklund and Swedland's, and this fella comes in, and he says, where can I find some women? I said, well, I don't know anything about that. I can't remember. Anyway. So I made that assumption. So my wife said I should call it in, so I called it in.
That's right. Well, that's Jerry, right?
Eklund and No, that's not Jerry.
Who delivers that line?
I don't know. I've tried to look this actor up. He's the guy in the glasses and the hood is up and he's shoveling. It's a minor character.
Oh.
It's the scene that causes them to call in, hey, go take a look at Moose Lake. And that's why Frances McDormand takes her trip around Moose Lake at the end, because of this one guy. So they follow up on that tip when she's leaving Minneapolis and decides she'll just follow up on it. So it was an important character, but yeah, very strange scene. It's great.
Moose
Eklund
Lake.
And Swedland's.
Moose Lake, a real place, by the way.
Is it Bear Lake or Moose Lake? There's two lakes, and then one he makes an assumption, right? Because that's closer. But anyway. Yeah.
He does.
Eklund and Swedland's.
So, I was here last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give the show no, it was great. It was really funny.
No, what would you give the show?
I'm joking.
No, but I want to know.
Hey, are you kidding me? The reason I'm laughing, John, is because like I said, I listened back to the last time, and the same deal. I had come to the show a few days prior to us doing the podcast last time. You were like, hey, but that last time you go, so what did you think? And I, for some reason, stammered, and I was like, I was good, and you just laughed your ass off.
Oh,
really?
really?
Good. No, I mean,
I don't remember that.
Didn't elaborate at all. It's just the quickest.
My memory is terrible, so I wouldn't even know.
It was like an answer you'd give your parents, to blow. Yeah, it was good. Yep.
Yeah. So why did you do that last time? No, why? What's wrong with you? Why? You got the crud? You got the crud, don't you?
I had the crud.
You did?
I had the crud.
Yeah, you're probably from the grocery store.
Yeah. No, I'm way better now.
Okay, so you're at the show last night.
It was very funny. Great lineup. Mo, Steve Gillespie.
Yeah, awesome. Mo's great. Steve's great. It's fun. That's the show. It's already done before I get on stage. I don't want to slow things down and talk. No, those guys rip it. And I'm like, all right.
Where are you in recording and putting out albums and stuff like that?
I recorded an album in Denver a few weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I said I recorded an album in Denver. Oh, you heard me. Okay. It's just a strange response you gave. So I record.
I can't hear things.
Oh, I'll speak louder then. Oh, you're joking again. Yeah, I recorded an album, and again, I don't know if I'm going to put it out. It went very well. But I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I'll continue to evolve some of these bits. I'm not done with them. So I don't want to put them out.
Yeah, but you could. I mean, there's no end date for. They can evolve forever, John.
Yeah, I know. So the point is, I'll probably never put an album out. Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay.
I think. I don't know.
You think?
So yeah, I may pop it out. I'm still kind of listening to it and putting it together, and then I'll decide whether or not I'll put it out. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
When are you satisfied?
I know a lot of people get, they want to record stuff so it can get on little clips and stuff on satellite radio.
Yeah.
Is that something
Well, it helps. I mean, I have some clips on satellite radio already. I mean, this would definitely help, I'd imagine, you know, to put something new out. But some of it's old, because I've never put an album out. I decided I want to take some old and some new and put it all together and kind of say, this is, the album I want to put out. This is what I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized is I should have asked. So this thing you were doing with your mom, by the way, it never got completed. Did you?
No,
ever,
it did.
It did?
Yeah.
And
So
where is it? What is
okay,
it?
so backtracking again. So the show's called 50 Ways to Kill Your Mom. We had to suspend shooting, and then we went back and finished the shooting. So we did complete it. And one of the interesting parts of that show is, so my mother never knows what she's doing at the beginning of each day. It's always a new adventure. And the most interesting one to me was she did stand-up comedy one night, and she had maybe 3 hours to prepare. So I helped her write jokes, and then I warmed up an audience, and I brought her on stage, and she told jokes for the first time. It was beautiful. She had the whole range of nervousness, but excitement, confidence. Yeah, she was great. She walked on with her purse. She didn't mean to. She forgot. It was adorable. She had a cardigan in her purse, and yeah, she's wonderful. Yeah, her opening joke was, over the past 15 years, I've had the opportunity to see. My son does stand-up comedy, and over the past 15 years, I've had the opportunity to have so many laughs. I've also seen my son perform.
Hey.
Nice starting joke, right, for a mom, and the audience.
Misdirection.
Immediately, the audience was on her side, and yeah, it was great. And she also failed a couple times too. And she told me a joke, and I said, "Well, just what do you think's funny? Just say whatever you think's funny." And she told me a story, and I said, "You should tell that." She goes, "You think so?" I go, "Oh, absolutely." And I knew it was going to fail.
You son of a bitch.
No, she needs to know. You can't just go up there with something perfected and no, to truly experience stand-up comedy for the first time, how do you recover from something that doesn't work?
Sure.
And we discussed that as well.
Yeah.
And so she told a joke, and it kind of fell flat, and she said, "Well, anyway." And then the audience was back on her side.
Right.
So I thought it was
great.
beautiful. Yeah, it was really nice. It was very heartwarming.
Where did you do that?
That was in Toronto. Yeah. Well, we shot in Niagara Falls, and then Toronto. We did a bunch of other activities, and so we did that one at a place called the Comedy Bar in Toronto. Great club, and it was during the day, but we brought an audience in.
Okay.
And it was great.
Wow.
So we did.
Is it going to lead to more? Did she get the bug? Now she's going to open mics and trying out material.
Fuck no, I would never allow that. No. No, so she, anyway, it was great. It was fun. But we did finish shooting. So, yeah, we had to suspend shooting. We went back and finished it. We did, we walked around the CN Tower up on the big, that was crazy.
How are people ever going to see this besides you and the production?
It's already aired.
Where?
The show aired. It aired in Canada on, I think, Vision TV. It aired in the States on BYU Network, Brigham Young University, and they changed the name of the show. Because they didn't want to call it 50 Ways to Kill Your Mom.
Yeah. I suppose
and
not.
so while we were shooting it too, they were like, one of the jokes, some of the jokes that I had helped my mom write, the production kiboshed them. Because I guess it's called Salt Lake City rules, right? You're not supposed to, you can't talk about sex, you can't swear, you can't, fucking weirdos,
Utah
right?
stuff, yeah.
Fuck them. Fucking losers. No, honestly, enough with your dumb fucking Mormonism. Honestly. I'm done with it. Done. Finished. Yeah, good for you. I'm fucking done with you. No, it's just enough's enough already. So it's all these dumb safe rules. And, yeah. Means nothing. But it's nice to indoctrinate your children into meaninglessness.
Speaking of that,
I was not indoctrinated into any kind of religion.
No, but I know now from your set.
Shit, I know what you're going to say.
I know.
Damn it, I wish I didn't even bring this up.
I'm not sure that you know.
I do know you're going to talk about my girlfriend.
So I'm just
or maybe not.
No, it is.
Yeah.
You get to influence a little person now.
Okay, so this gets interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned that. I didn't know. I thought I was... Up until last night, I was going to show up here and ask you, so how are things still living in L.A.? Mm-hmm. You don't live in L.A. anymore.
I do not, no. I spend time there, but I'd much prefer to be up in Juneau, Alaska, with my girlfriend and her daughter. I live with my girlfriend and her 5-year-old daughter. Not my daughter, but I now co-parent this child.
Yeah?
So that's where I live.
That's a big change.
Huge change, massive change, and a good change. But it gets very interesting because, and religion is rarely discussed. And I'm only mentioning this because we're coming off of my Mormonism chat.
Yeah.
Our little chin wag about Mormonism. So, my girlfriend is religious, spiritual, I would say. And her daughter, who has been to church in the past, they don't go that often anymore. But her daughter will often talk about Jesus. But, has no idea. She just says things like, Jesus told me. Like once I took her for ice cream, or we were going to get ice cream, and she said, my throat's really dry, and I need ice cream. And I mentioned, well, it's not. So it's not a treat. It's medicinal. It's to help your throat. And then she also went on to say, Jesus told me I'm supposed to have ice cream. So, now this is not my child, and I have not indoctrinated this child into any kind of way of thinking. Sure. But I can't turn around and say, well, that's horse shit, which it is. And so then, of course, I kind of just give her the ice cream. And then if she gets cavities and her mom's mad about it, I say, well, Jesus gave her the cavities. Let's be honest. Jesus wanted her to have the ice cream. So, yes, Jesus giving kids cavities. So that's interesting, though. There's occasionally some Jesus chat around the house, and I'm fine with that. I just,
When I have 3 daughters now. I had 2 last time I saw you.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Well
6 months today. My daughter's 6 months old today.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. Good.
Yeah,
6 months old.
6
Jeez,
months.
you're a busy dude.
Yeah, and then my others are 13 and 11.
What?
13 and 11, John.
What?
I said.
That's
and,
crazy. 13, 11 in 6 months. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Planned?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got divorced, remarried.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
this is, okay, interesting. Wow.
Yes.
Holy jeez.
But I want to say that when my older daughters were probably, I don't know, let's say 5 and 3, 6 and 4, somewhere around then. The older one.
Sorry, I'm just crushing that can.
Nice shot.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm listening to your story.
The older one was misbehaving, acting like a real brat.
They do.
Yeah. So we asked the younger one, Anna, we said, Anna, what's going on with Megan? Why is she acting like this? And her answer was dead serious. At probably 4 or 5 years old. She has the devil inside her.
Oh, I love it.
That was her answer.
So where did she hear that?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go to church on Sunday, but I bring her to Sunday school with her mom.
Mm-hmm.
So the mom side still does that stuff. So I'm assuming.
So she may have overheard something like, well, someone's got the devil inside. Like, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll repeat whatever they need to repeat.
So that one stuck with me. She said it's so serious.
Oh, I
She's
love
got
it.
the devil inside her.
But how great is for a child to say that? It's hilarious.
It is.
Because, it's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend's daughter has night terrors, right? So she doesn't, she doesn't sleep well. And, depending on if it's a little hot in the house or whatever, like anything can kind of trigger it, or if she's really tired. But yeah, oh my goodness, like feet kicking the wall in her bedroom and like talking and screaming. And yeah, and sometimes you just got to let her be and it'll stop. There are other times where you just kind of got to wake her up. But I'm terrified of going into that room at night because sometimes her eyes are wide open and she's talking. And it's like, I'm not even going to look at her. I'm just going to open the window, let some cool air in. And then I do. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I look over, and it's
Oh my god!
It's horrifying.
Oh
yeah.
my god!
Yeah.
So let's backtrack here. I had seen some videos. Well, there were quite a few that you posted on Instagram. I don't know, starting a few months ago. I think I saw some.
Yeah, a long time ago. At TV's Jon Dore on Instagram.
Yeah, and you were posting videos of you and this little girl,
Yeah.
and I fucking loved them. Like, these are so charming.
Oh, thank you.
These
Yeah.
are great.
Well, that's Emma. Yeah, it's my friend Emma.
And I didn't figure that out until last night. I'm like, oh, now I know who the little girl is. It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
This is...
That's Emma. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, she's wonderful. So, so when I move into that relationship, it's, I fall in love with her mom, and she is her mom's daughter, obviously, and there's a father, but he's not totally involved. So, it's an interesting thing where I'm not taking your mom away from you. I'm not replacing your dad. I'm just, I'm kind of just your friend. So the relationship I tried to build with her is I'm your friend. And she is.
Yeah.
Like, we are friends, and we go and we do things together. And I always call her my best friend.
Yes.
But sometimes she'll call me her best friend as well. And I like it. But a lot of times when she's a little upset with me, I always say, well, we're best friends. And she'll, no, we're not. And that is my favorite.
It is. Oh, my God.
She is so upset with me when I call her my best friend. No, you're not.
Leave me alone.
That's when the camera comes out, is when she's, when I can capture her being upset at me for,
I never knew that I needed Jon Dore around a child. Like, I need that.
What? What does that mean?
It means, like, you
don't phrase it like that.
I'm saying, what I'm saying is, will you babysit my kids? No, what I'm saying is,
I would.
There's certain people that interact, that just hate being around kids, and there are certain ones that it's just like a joy to watch. I didn't know that it'd be a joy to watch you interact with a 5-year-old.
Oh,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I love kids. They're amazing. Yeah. They're wonderful. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting in that, like, I'm good in small doses with kids, and I think I always have been.
Okay.
But it's never something I imagine for myself. But then, yeah, you meet someone and they have a child, and then, yeah, it's very natural.
Can I? Okay, I want to ask you. How did you try to make a really good first impression when you met her? Like,
Who? The daughter?
Yeah. Did you really want, like, I really want her to like me, or?
Well, I've been.
Because I was on the other side of that. You know,
But
my daughters were really young, and I was divorced from their mom, and then they only met one girl that I dated, and that was the one that am now married to.
Oh, that's great.
But it was a big, was a big deal.
Yeah.
Meeting that, the introduction was a big deal to me.
Yeah. So did it take a long time for you to introduce your daughter to your daughters to? Well, because you don't want to just continually introduce them to new people.
It didn't happen right away, that's for sure.
Right, that's what I mean.
It took my time, yeah.
Well, my girlfriend, to her credit, obviously, was, she was patient and took her time and wanted to make sure everything was going to be okay. I mean, obviously, I didn't go out of my way. I've been around kids before, and I mean, they'll smell a phony right away.
Yeah.
So, no, it is what it is. And I think my motto has always been, I've always said, for comedic purposes anyway, treat the kids like adults and the adults like kids. And then you kind of get this funny world. You've created this funny world. So I won't take shit, but I also won't overdo it. I'm not going to speak to a child like a child. Like, are you okay? I think you're great. My name's John. It's not like that. I'd actually prefer to talk to her about, adult concepts, philosophy, politics.
Right?
Yeah.
It can be a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, but even if they don't get it and they tell you to shut up, you're like, got it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. Oh, yeah.
So, obviously, I didn't want her to dislike me, so I was going out of my way to be kind, but not overly so, no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I heard you, so you're, what type of, you bringing her to school and stuff, making lunches?
Yeah, I'll take her to school. Her mom will take her to school some days. I'll take her to school some days. I'll pick her up some days. When I first moved up to Juneau, Alaska, her mom was working quite a bit, so I'd pick her up, and after school was the big one. And it wasn't even school, sorry, that was daycare at the time. And it was going to the park, and then getting her to leave the park was just, we've been there for 2.5 hours. It's okay, time to go. And it was now. And that's when I take the camera out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you the type at the park that sits there on the bench looking at your phone and she's up on the playground? Or are you running, pushing her on the swing, maybe get on the swing yourself?
When I first got there, I had to be on the swing, and I didn't like it. But now she knows she prefers to play with kids her age, which is great, because then I hang out on the bench. But I've learned the bench is not good because other parents will come sit next to you, and then you got to listen to their shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Like, what kids' movies? I don't watch kids' movies. I don't care. I don't want to talk about children. If you want to talk about music or sports, I'll gladly talk to you. But most parents don't want to do that because they don't have time.
Right.
So I usually go and have a cigarette. Seriously.
They'll give you space.
Yeah. I'll go smoke a cigarette, and then hopefully she doesn't hurt herself while I'm away. But I can hear her if she's crying because she has a very specific cry.
That's good.
Yeah,
you're within hearing crying.
I got to get a patch if I want to hang out on the bench, but I'm not going to do that. But the cigarette is a wonderful escape. You get to go have a smoke and just look out over the playground. Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh.
I don't smoke on the playground. I go outside the playground. Yeah.
Okay.
No one can see me either. I hide behind a tree. Sometimes I'll drink a fucking beer, too.
Hey.
No, I don't do that. Well, I do. Honestly, I do. I'll have a drink in the morning. The worst part is this. I find whenever I eat an edible...
I feel like if I just don't talk, you're going to confess to something crazy here.
I'll tell you anything, okay? But but sometimes I'll eat an edible, and I think, I've got a few hours to just enjoy myself, and that's always when something happens. Every time. It's like the phone call comes in.
I was going to say phone rings.
Gotta go pick. Oh, no. This is not going to be good. And it's all fine. You're just, hyper aware of everything. So, yeah. It's actually more exciting.
So Canada legalized pot, California where you lived. What's Alaska's stance?
Oh, totally legal, yeah. May have been one of the first ones. I can't remember. But, yeah, no, it's recreational.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah.
So it's same deal, dispensaries? You
I just go down. I go down to Fireweed.
Fireweed.
Yeah, I go to Fireweed and I get myself my gummies, and yeah, totally legal.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's part of the day.
What did you know about Alaska before you moved there?
Well, I mean, I'd visited. I'd been there multiple times doing shows. And
Yeah,
then the
okay.
last time I was there doing shows up in Fairbanks, I met her, my girlfriend. And so, I mean, I'd been a few times. So I was aware that it exists. I've been there in the winter in Fairbanks where the sun barely crests and you get a few hours of it. So, yeah, I knew a little bit about it. But to actually live there and day to day figure out your life, that's a whole other thing. It's one thing to visit, but to live there is a whole other one. Very small town, 34,000 people, Juneau.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You know, here's one. Is actually something you said last time we were here about living places. You mentioned that you would be interested in retiring back to Ottawa at some point.
I could do that.
Do you still
Yeah.
think that's possible?
Yeah. I mean, not for a long time, but no, absolutely. No, I miss Ottawa very much. Yeah, my friends and family, and yeah, it would be a great place. I mean, in the summer, let's be honest, California's perfect. Why don't we all just move to California? Everywhere, like let's shut down everything else, move to California. Everyone will be happy.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I feel like you'd have trouble doing it.
Well, that's the thing. We fantasize about moving all the time, but I have 2 kids
This is
that
the problem.
don't live with me full time, so there's no chance.
You make your bed, you lie in it, my friend. You chose to have those kids.
What else are you trying to say?
California, California dreaming. Yeah, California's perfect.
So before we started recording this, I was telling you that I watched The Goonies.
Yeah.
With my daughters over the weekend. You were saying how much you like that movie too.
Perfect film. Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
Great movie, and it came out. You and I are just about the same age. Came out, when we were kids, not too old.
Yeah, what year? Do you remember? What year did that come
It
out?
was like mid 80s.
Mid-eight,
So,
okay,
so we,
yeah.
like 10, 11, 12 years old, something like
Yeah, I
that.
saw it in the theater with my dad.
I saw it in the
remember
theater
that.
too, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, back then, my God, we'd have had to have a.
So exciting. I remember leaving that theater thinking, I'm going to make all these Data inventions, like
Right?
the character Data who
Yeah.
the James Bond. Oh my God. That movie was amazing. Performances are amazing. The music's great. Spielberg's, it's perfect. That feeling of where they live and that house going away. And I loved it. It's amazing.
So I
Brolin.
highly recommend, if you haven't watched The Goonies in a while, watch it. Watch it with some kids, which is what I
Perfect.
did, and they liked it.
Perfect
Some
film.
kind of scenes are a little, not scary, but a little...
Well, yeah, I mean, you got your pirates and corpses,
Yeah.
and you've got the mafia out of prison and guns and car chases. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my wife is, I start the movie, and I don't know if you remember how it actually starts.
I know it starts in the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes...
They think he's hung himself.
Yes.
Yeah, the Fratelli.
So that's exactly the very first scene. You know it exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
And so I put it on, and my wife looks at me and she goes, I thought we were watching The Goonies. What is this?
Yeah, yeah.
I go, no, you just
It
have to-
starts with a suicide. Now chill the fuck out. That's what you say. Oh, I'm sorry. How do your childhood movies begin?
Yeah, I know.
God.
So, PG attempted suicide. PG-13, they could say,
Well, the kids wouldn't know either. When I was a
No,
kid and
no,
I
I
saw that, I didn't go, oh, there's a suicide. I just thought, oh, there's a guy who's hovering above the ground.
Right.
Yeah, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then they get him down. What was he hanging on? He was on a hook or something? I can't remember how he was able to fashion that.
I think it was a rope, if I remember.
No, there was a rope, I know, but he...
Oh, how did he do it?
He was hanging from, there
I
was
don't
a
remember.
hook that was suspending him, and then the bed sheet made it look
Right,
like
right.
he had hung himself,
don't-
but he was actually,
I-
or
you
had
don't
hanged
remem-
himself? Hung? What is it? Is it hang or hung? Hanged.
Hanged? Hung?
I think one, it's very specific. We'll get into this later.
Well hung? Well hanged?
That's different.
No.
Well hung's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's none of that in the
Hing,
Goonies.
hang, hung? Is present
Rocky
tense?
Road, Chunk. He's always been calling the cops, saying that Michael Jackson had come over.
Yeah, that's right. Those
perfect movie.
Yeah, those jokes are a little different now when he's referencing Michael
Oh, fuck,
Jackson
who
coming
gives a
over.
shit? It was in 1985.
No, I know.
No jokes are different, but yeah,
An age of innocence.
sure.
Sure.
It was a beautiful time.
I agree. Also a beautiful time in. This is going to tie into this thing. I got this thing. It says that most. It was just a little. What would you call it? A study? A poll? It was a poll. And they asked people who their favorite musician, artist, band, etc.
Yeah.
And then they say, and they found out that most people's happened and stuck with them from about the age of 12 or 13 years old.
Say that again. Most
people's favorite band
right.
has been with them since they were 12 or 13 years old.
Oh, is that right? Huh?
Yeah. So what's yours? Or just name a few of them. What comes
Well,
to
okay,
mind, first of all?
so my favorite band would be the Tragically Hip, and I don't know if you know that band. They're from Canada. Massive band in Canada.
You have to say that?
What do you mean?
Being from Canada.
Well, I don't know because I don't know if you've heard of the band.
No, I'm saying that you have to say that they're your favorite because...
Oh, they're just
Canada.
massive. They're my favorite band.
Yeah, no, I know who they are.
Oh, you do know who they are?
Gord.
Downey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Hip, but that wouldn't have been 12 or 13. But I'll give you this. Beastie Boys. They're still one of my faves. And
See?
License to Ill is right around then.
See?
See? Point proven.
That
That should be the name of your podcast. Point proven.
We'll put that in
You win.
parentheses.
Okay.
Did you just go cross-eyed?
What do you mean?
Are we picking this up?
No, please don't talk about it. It's a condition. You can laugh at it if you like, and I don't mind, but
John,
the mob will come after you.
John,
the online mob.
John, who is the president of the United States?
Jimmy Carter.
Fuck.
You said who was, so I can get away with anything. Not who is. Who was would be a great question.
Yeah, you'll really, you really find out where somebody's state of mind is.
I like a few beers in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Because I went to Cuzzy's for a couple, because it was killing time. Then I came straight here. I've had a couple. I'll probably have another one, have a nice little sleep this afternoon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the most you've had before a show?
Oh.
Like not being able to stand up drunk or just a buzz?
No, be able to stand up, obviously. But then you sometimes start a show like sometimes you do a late show on a Saturday. Not anymore, but in the day, whatever that means. There'd be, you'd have a rough ride.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was not just the booze that was giving you a hard time, you know?
But that's in the past.
No, well, I would sure, it's in the past.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be, we won't get into the pharmaceuticals, but like, let's say, you're like, oh, yeah, let's go smoke a joint before the show. And then sometimes like, oh, I've had a bit too much to drink and this probably isn't going to help. Or like, oh, well, yeah, we'll do half a gram of mushrooms. That'll be fine. And I won't peak till halfway through. Then I can get off the stage. So, yeah, that kind of stuff will happen. But it actually makes your show kind of fun.
Sure. An adventure. And here, everything's recorded.
Well, I wouldn't do it here because I don't have connections. Do you?
What are you asking?
Well, if you have then we can talk about a lot of things. Do you have connections?
No, I don't have.
No, do you have? You don't have to say what you have connections, but do you have connections?
If you would ask me a year ago, yeah. No.
Okay, let's go back a year. Where are these people now? Do you still know them? Do you have their numbers?
Retired. Everyone's retired.
You're full of shit.
Everyone's retired.
You are so full of it.
Hit me up when you come back next year.
No, there may not be a next year. That's why we do drugs now.
Oh,
Mr. Next Year, live into now.
Episode 509.
You were way more fun a year ago. Remember when you had connections, Mr. Lack of Connections over here.
I know. I'm sorry. I have another.
No, don't be sorry.
I have another Canada thing. I'm changing the subject. I have another Canada
ahead.
thing I'm bringing up. Do you know about the Bank of Canada?
Drugs. What's that?
The Bank of Canada. They have a campaign. They want to put someone new on the $5 bill.
Entirely possible. I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's real.
It's going to be a woman. I'd imagine.
Think so?
I'd imagine.
Okay. Canadians have until March 11 to nominate. Close to 300 Canadians are in the running. I did not see your name on the list, but it might be. I didn't look at all 300.
But I thought you meant there's a particular person. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, there are a lot of people. You can vote.
Well, there's 300. You just said. Yeah.
Here's some that they listed on this list. I don't know if you know who these people are. Frederick Banting.
Oh, Banting. Yes, that would be insulin. Yeah.
Well done.
I knew his granddaughter, Erin Banting.
Like a classmate or something? Or?
No, just she was in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We drank at the same bar. Move on. Next one.
She's here right now. I'm gonna bring her out.
Erin?
Billy Bishop?
Yes. Who's Billy Bishop? Bishop University? Who's Billy Bishop?
First World War flying ace.
Oh, is that right? Mm-hmm. Billy Bishop? Yeah, I should know that. Okay.
I will say that the Thunder Bay Mayor, Bill Morrow, is encouraging everyone to vote for Terry Fox.
That's perfect. Just put him on every bill.
Tell people who Terry Fox is.
Terry Fox?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Terry Fox, he lost a leg to cancer,
Yep.
and he started the run across Canada from Newfoundland. Yeah, so he ran on an artificial leg and, yes, raised a lot of money and awareness for cancer. Yeah, very brave Canadian.
Yeah,
The
okay.
bravest, I'd say.
The bravest. Okay.
Possibly. I mean, how dare I, desecrate the memory of those who are also brave. But yeah, no, Terry Fox, a very important symbol and human in Canada, yeah.
I like it. Let's see. We got an activist, Jane Constance Cook, an artist and writer, Emily Carr, and then here's the one that stands out to me, John Candy.
On the bill.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I mean, that's interesting. I think comedians are a little too, I think over time comedy gets reevaluated. So the way people look back on it and is it acceptable or not, it's a kind of a sign of the times. Whereas someone like Terry, I think Terry Fox's efforts are just pure and genuine. Not that John Candy wasn't, but I just
What are
think
you
that-
saying about John Candy right now?
Nothing about John Candy. I'm speaking more about comedy. But I think you look back at someone's pursuits as an entertainer, whereas Terry Fox was someone who, just decided to do something wonderful out of the goodness out of his heart when he didn't have to do any of those things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say Terry Fox is the right choice.
Guess it's settled.
Or Don Cherry.
Actually, in one
He
of the
can't be on the list.
In one of the other articles I saw about this,
Yeah.
he was mentioned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I also think because this has been going on for a few months, I think it was before he really pissed everybody off and lost his job.
I mean,
and all that
even
nonsense.
still, but even prior to, but he didn't do anything wrong. He fucking whatever. It's not like he said anything new compared to anything he said in the past.
Yeah.
These people, these Swedes. Yeah, we got it. He's not perfectly articulate or aware.
You
but,
watch what you say about Swedes. I'm right in front of you here. So one final.
Well, I'll tell you something about you Swedes. Yeah, you won't take that visor off and fight, will you? No, you'll gladly take someone's knees out, huh? Yeah.
My cousins Henrik and Daniel.
Oh, Captain Slewfoot over here. Do you know what a slewfoot is?
I've heard that before, but no.
You'll never know.
Oh shit. I'll go. It's in the
Yeah, you can Google it.
Urban Dictionary next to crud, probably.
Yeah, it should be Terry Fox. Someone like Terry would be good on the 5.
I got one last thing I want.
Who's on the 5 right now?
Oh,
Laurier?
you son of a gun! I could look that.
I can't remember.
Bank of America has replaced former Canadian Prime Minister
I can't remember who's on the 5.
Wilfrid
Yeah, Laurier. Wilfrid Laurier. Okay.
Laurier. Yep, Wilfrid Laurier since 1972.
Yeah, well, let's change that up.
Yeah. I have one final thing I want to talk to you
This
about.
is it. This is it. This is the final.
This is going to be it.
Let's do it.
I want to talk about transient global. No. That goalie, that backup goalie that played over the weekend.
Oh, the kid,
emergency
David
backup
Ayres.
goalie, David Ayres.
Is it Ayres?
Yes.
Ayres.
Ayres.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
talk a little hockey here to end
Sure.
the podcast. Did you hear about that happening Friday or
yeah.
Saturday night?
Yeah, you can't not know
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
So for people that don't know, there was a NHL teams. They have they'll have like 2 goalies active on the roster,
Mm-hmm.
right? If the guy playing gets hurt, they put in the backup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that guy gets hurt. They don't have a guy in uniform on the roster to play, so they have a guy sitting up in the with the journalists basically watching the game on the 0.001% chance that he'll have to play.
Yeah.
And that happened.
Rarely happens. Yeah.
Very rarely.
Happened
Not
in
even
Chicago not too long
like
ago.
3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Yeah.
even happen once a season.
He was an accountant, I believe, by
That
day.
sounds
I
right.
think so. Yeah, and he was in the stands. Yeah. So yeah, very interesting in sports, but it's also weird. Let's be honest.
Yes.
But he'll play for either team if the goalies go down.
It's amazing.
So it's not like So why not just put someone who has some sort of expertise in goal? Just say, okay, defenseman on the 3rd line who's barely going to play. Guess what? We're going with 5 defensemen. We're probably not going to win this game. Our goalie's gone down. So you're going to dress as the goaltender. Why is some person... Beautiful story. Don't get me wrong.
I agree.
But why not just dress a trainer? Put a trainer in net. Doesn't matter.
There's a guy that's on the team playing defense or whatever.
Yeah.
Who played goalie at some point.
At one point.
He tried to.
At one point.
And has a dream that still wants to put those pads on for a period and play.
Unless there's an argument I don't know about that makes sense not to dress a player in net, it may be vulnerable to other injuries. I don't know. So
okay, but then like baseball will let a position player come pitch.
I agree.
In the it's the 8th inning and they're up by 10 runs. The guy goes
baseball's
in
not a
pitch.
real sport. Baseball sucks. Basketball tolerable but not that great. Football good but boring. Okay, football. So someone gets injured in football. You going to bring someone out of the stands? I don't think so. You're going to bring someone out of the stands to take a hit?
Didn't that happen in a Disney movie? They brought a mule out to kick field goals.
There you go. Yep, a mule. Perfect. No, it makes no sense that they're taking people. But beautiful story. I'm not taking away from how great it is.
Oh, yeah.
I love the idea. But he did let in a few goals. Like he didn't come in and shut the team out. Yeah.
I love
it.
And think about this scenario. What if it's April 3rd? It's the last game of the year.
Thank you. And there's something on the line?
They need to win to get that last playoff spot.
Oh, I totally agree. This is where you want to see a Zamboni driver come in and play nets in a 0-0 overtime game. It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love that. But it's an interesting story. It's nice, and his story's great too because whatever. Liver transplant recipient, and great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think
a lot of nice stuff going on there.
Yeah.
And those jerseys will sell, and that's nice. Give them some coin and let them ride this fun story. In America, the world needs these stories, because it makes them feel good.
This is stories like this are the only way I can talk about sports with my wife.
Oh yeah, you need the human interest angle in order to or else you got to switch the channel.
Oh, yeah.
One of my girlfriends in the past, I used to invent stories about the human interest angle. Be like, oh, you got to watch this game. Not truly invent, but I'd exaggerate the importance of Steph Curry and where he came from. And before you know it, I say, we're watching the Golden State Warriors.
You're like,
yeah.
You're like Jim Lampley doing the freaking.
It's a nice lie.
Spotlight on Steph Curry.
We're not watching I'm not watching The Bachelor anymore. Forget it.
Yeah.
I get to watch Golden State every now and then.
Yeah, good point.
Thank you. I know.
Point.
I'm devious. But I'm a dumb white male. I'm a privileged member of the patriarchy.
Yep.
So we've learned these things over time.
High five. Will you be drinking Coors Light again at the show this evening?
Yeah. I only drink light beer. Since my seizure, I've somehow rationalized my alcohol intake by not drinking hard alcohol. So now I drink king cans of Coors Light. About 14 a day. But not back in Juneau. No. Because, my girlfriend's in recovery, so she doesn't drink. So, yes, I must respect those wishes. But when I'm on the road, I drink Coors Light.
And that commercial's done. We'll send that to Colorado or whatever the hell they make that.
Well, don't send it now. Things are a little tense over in the Coors world.
Yeah, good point. Good point. John, I think...
I'm sure there's a silver bullet joke in there, but it's probably been done 1,000 times on Twitter. So you let that be.
I'll do a search of Twitter on that as soon as
I wouldn't. Just let it be. People died. It's sad.
Sad.
Good way to end the podcast,
Hey, so if there's anything...
I could put on my Miller Lite scarf. We could change the... Oh, no. Same company.
No, I have one more thing.
Yes. Oh.
This is it's just a dumb survey that I'm going to start on today's episode, and maybe I'll forget to continue this, but I might. We'll see. Stick around, listeners and viewers.
Excuse me. Go ahead. Pardon me. I'd like to apologize. Go ahead.
To everyone?
Yes.
When you set an alarm to wake up in the morning, okay?
Yes.
Do you and it goes off. Do you hit snooze?
Oh, not as much as I used to. Rarely, yeah. When there's a 5-year-old in the house, you have no choice but to get up. I'm usually up before the alarm, to be honest.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't sleep as well as I used to.
Yeah. That could lead to a really long conversation about the health of men our age, because I think that's happening to me now too.
Oh, what's that? That you're not sleeping as much?
6:30 every morning. My eyes are wide open.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but that's not even why I'm bringing this up. My wife, like I said, we have a Happy birthday, Eliana, 6 months old today, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the little bassinet in the bedroom with my wife and I. My wife sets an alarm that starts going off at 7, 10 or something.
That's pretty good.
But she doesn't get out of bed
Till
8 o'clock.
yeah, I'd kill her. I would. At one point, that's justifiable homicide. You're allowed to. No, that's not. So she's hitting snooze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
It's like 9-minute intervals. Yeah.
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 No, that's disgusting.
Disgusting.
When you got to get a divorce. No, I'm disgusted.
The first marriage ended because of something. No, it didn't. But
No, but this is awful. No, you can't do that.
What is it teaching the baby to listen for to wake up? Like,
who cares about the baby? This means nothing. This is all about you, okay? That's selfish. That is the most selfish thing I've ever heard of. So what time do you like to get up? 7:10? What time do you like to get up? 8?
No, a little well, like I said, I'm getting up on my own.
Okay,
around
so it's
6:30.
not affecting you.
But no. Let's forget the part that I said about waking up on my own. I'm sleeping till 8. Let's say I'm sleeping till 8.
Yeah. Then guess what?
It's affecting.
You set the alarm at 7:10, you get up and you leave the room and you let the other person sleep. Or if you hit snooze, you go out to the couch and you sleep there where it's not going to interrupt. That is disgusting behavior and you're far too tolerant.
Should I also add in that there are times that I'm sent to another room to sleep when I'm snoring too loud?
No. If you're making the noise, you go to the other room and you sleep there.
All
yes.
right.
But
I don't fight it.
I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't either. I'll start the night on the couch if I want to. If I know I'm going to snore, I'll stay on the couch from the beginning.
Yeah.
Next time that alarm goes off, she hits snooze once. You take the phone. Is it the phone she uses?
Yeah.
You drop it in the fucking toilet. Done.
You know
Not joking. I've had enough.
You know what else? I've actually counted because it's like a. Like I've counted the amount of.
I'm getting anxiety thinking about this. I'm getting so much anxiety just thinking about this. I feel bad for you.
Thank you.
No, Justin, this is bad.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. Yeah.
What time is it right now? 2:10. Oh, geez, we went long here. 2:10, and I'm still drinking coffee just to stay awake.
What? How long did we talk for?
Oh no, it's almost about 50 some minutes.
Did we really?
Yeah.
I felt like we talked for like half an hour.
I know. Yeah, it's fun. This is the end. It was fun.
It was great. It's always great talking to you.
Thank you.
I love your questions. It's great. Yeah, it's fun to chat.
Thank you.
But good luck with that alarm thing. You're fucked.
Boom.